So hey, before I start the video, I just want to say a couple things. So first off, don't expect these to be a regular thing. Just for Tuesday and Thursday's videos this week, I don't really have anything ready, so I'm just going to talk about topics for them. Expect it to be maybe like a weekly thing at most, maybe a bit less than that. I don't know, I guess you'll see obviously, but before I go ahead and continue on to the topic at hand for today, just know the background footage is a Afterbirth daily, specifically for January 31st. If Binding of Isaac Afterbirth isn't really your thing, feel free to tab out or whatever so you can listen to me talk about dumb bullshit, but that's kind of it. Okay, so I guess I'll get started with the topic for today, people. So the topic at hand for today is censorship in games. Now, I've never been one to really care about censorship in games because it never has really affected all too much of a game to the point where it's like it crippled my experience with the game. Nothing to that extent. Maybe just like one little thing here and there, and that's it. That's how it's always really been, and that's perfectly fine. Now, obviously, some people aren't as okay with certain content being removed or just straight up cut out of a game or just something along those lines, and that's what we're gonna be talking about today. So you might be wondering, what game or what are you talking about today? So for today, people, in specific, while I am going to be addressing other games, we're mostly going to be talking about the whole Fire Emblem Fates thing. Now, your chances are you might not be all too familiar with Fire Emblem, whatever, JRPG, it's cool, I love it. I've been playing a lot of Fire Emblem Awakening, and that's how I basically came across this whole situation. It's just like Awakening had its fair bits of censorship as well. There was like a scene with Tharja that was censored. There was a bunch of other stuff, a bunch of dialogue, basically, just things of that sort that was censored. And to be honest, that's to be expected. Just in any case with most games, it's just like there's gonna be very little cases in which the original game that comes from, I don't know, like Japan or whatever, in most cases, is going to be the exact same in America, because it's just like it's completely different cultures in every single way, shape, and form. Like there's something that may be socially acceptable over there may just not be accepted at all over here, and that's a pretty big issue, I would say, because it's just like, as a result, it's weird, because it's just like it makes us seem a lot more sensitive than we really are. Like, back to the whole Fire Emblem Fates thing, if you're not aware as to what was removed, basically this whole little minigame or whatever thing that was removed was you pet some of the female characters, and it's weird. I will say that right now. It is just straight up weird. It's just like, pet, like, okay. And people were upset about this because it's just like, dude, what the, why is this removed? It's petting. And at first I was also like, dude, what the hell? Like, dude, it's just petting. And then I looked a bit more into it, and then I started to realize why it might have been removed. Aside from the fact that in some cases it may be viewed as, like, I don't know, molestation or something. It's that's one big problem, is that it's like something that may be viewed as just something normal in Japan is viewed completely differently here. Now, there are some things I believe that were cut out from Fates, because it was just like, okay, that's just kind of like, one thing in particular, I don't remember if it was Fates or not, but basically a scene or whatever where the character is drugged, and it's just like, okay, yeah, that might be a bit on the iffy side, you know? And it's just like, I know somebody might make the argument like, oh, they do that in movies all the time, and it's just like, it's very different in terms of games, because games are more on a personal level, so to say, as opposed to movies, films, show, that sort of thing. Those you just sort of watch, but games you more so experience than anything. So it's just like they have to be a bit more careful in terms of what they put, if that makes any sense. And I fully understand it. Like, one issue I've always had with games is that games are very limited in terms of what they can do. Sure, they have a vast, like, they can cover a vast majority of topics, and they can really do just about anything, but it's just like, at the end of the day, they have to avoid so much stuff. They have to basically just limit what they can do in many cases just because of target audiences. Now, I'm not saying all censorship is bad. Keep in mind, there's obviously some stuff that's just like, okay, maybe not the best time for this, or just that's insensitive, things of that sort. But minor things are just like, dude, why? Like, take for example, I think this was some of the older Pokemon games. Some sprites were changed just simply because it's just like, oh, this looked too much like this, or blah 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 blah, or this character was holding a cigarette. Like, dude, come on. Like, I know some people are like, oh, it might influence this person or this child or whatever, but it's just like, no, it goddamn won't. Just learn that, okay? It's odd how much games are censored nowadays. And it's just like, it's becoming a big issue, not because of the content that's being removed, but because of how little creatively a lot of games can do nowadays, because they have to hold back in terms of certain aspects, just because, oh, this audience might not get it, or this audience might be influenced, or this blah blah blah. That's a big problem, and there's not really much we can do about it. I would say, oh, stop being overly sensitive, but in some cases it's just like people have had experiences that, you know, oh god, this is a horrible way to phrase it, triggered specific things, but it's just like, in those cases, yeah, I understand why people would want X thing removed from this game or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's just like, it's a game. It shouldn't really, you shouldn't really let a game affect you all too much to the point where it's just like, oh, you feel this from this or blah blah blah. Now keep in mind, if a game is doing some just insanely, just outlandishly offensive type shit, it's just like, okay, yeah, that deserves to be just straight up cut, but it's beginning to get a bit out of hand. Now, one thing that just popped into my mind in terms of outlandish and just weird was, I forget which Persona game it was. It was one of the Persona games, and basically one of the characters was like Hitler or something, but they had to change him in the American release. So that was something. But in those cases, it's just like, okay, I kind of get that. But in the case of this whole Fire Emblem Fate situation, it's just like, this is kind of weird. Like, it's, I don't know. I'm not all too educated on the whole petting thing. All I know is that the dialogue between characters does get, like, pretty sexual. Like, I'll just try and put up on screen real quick, like, some dialogue from Camila. In that case, it's just like, okay, you don't really want kids to be experiencing this because it's, you know, it's a Nintendo game. It shouldn't be like this, but at the end of the day, it's just like, kids play shit like Call of Duty, kids play shit like GTA, just normally. It's just like, Nintendo, you really, not Nintendo in specific, because I know somebody's gonna be like, oh, Nintendo doesn't do this. It's just like, I'm just generalizing them, okay? Don't correct me. But it's just like, nowadays, it's just like, these companies should put it into more consideration, the simple fact that it's just like, okay, you know, maybe our audiences aren't as big fucking babies as we think they are in the end. And that's really it for the topic, to be honest. There's not much else I can say. All I can say is, play Fire Emblem if you haven't. It's really fun. As I said at the beginning, I've been playing Awakening for like the past 2 weeks, and holy shit, it's fun. Fuck Crom though. He married Sully. I spent literal hours trying to do that. I was 1 point away, and then this man just came in and took her. Okay, fuck Crom. But I love Fire Emblem. See you guys.